Hey guys, so today's video is going to be an eyebrow tutorial, and we will be using two different products on each of our eyebrows. Well, one product on one eyebrow, one product on the other, so that I can show you how to use two different products for your eyebrows. The two products are going to be the Salon Perfect Done-in-One Brow Pomade, and the other one is going to be a pencil, which is the Brow Stylist Definer from L'Oreal. And I did set both my brows with the Brow Stylist Plumper. So those are the three products we will be using in this video. And so yeah, if you want to see how to get these brows right here, just keep on watching. So the first product we're going to be using is the Salon Perfect Done-in-One Brow Pomade. This one is in the color dark brown, and I got this at Walmart, and I believe it was only $3 or $4, so it was super inexpensive. It does work very well for what I've used, but I've never really used a brow pomade before this one, which is why I got this one to try out. But it definitely does the job, and I think using a brow pomade is almost just as easy as using a pencil. Well, for me it is. So I'm going to be using the brow pomade on this eyebrow just because that eyebrow is definitely a lot easier for me to do versus the other one. So I'm going to use a pencil on the other one because I've been doing a pencil for forever now. So let's get right into it. Along with the brow pomade, I always use, for my eyebrows, whether I'm using a pencil or a brow pomade, I always use a angled eyeliner brush or just a small angled brush, whatever you want to call it. They look like this, and I have four different ones. I have one from the recent set I just bought, the recent Morphe set, the Gilded Collection set that I just got from Morphe. I got one from that one. I got one from another Morphe collection that I got. It was like, I don't know what it was called, but it was just a red set. And I have my E.L.F. small angled brush. This one I believe is my favorite so far for blending out. It's definitely super soft, and I really do enjoy this one. And the handle is really long compared to the rest of them. And I got one from Royal and Langnickel. It's just called the Brow Brush. But yeah, for brow pomade, I would definitely want to find one that was a thinner, more precise angled brush. And out of these ones, it looks like mine is the Royal and Langnickel Brow Brush. So I'm going to be using this one today for the brow pomade. So this is what it looks like. For this kind, when I got it at Walmart, they only had two shades. They had a really light one and then this dark one, which I was really afraid that this was going to be too dark for my brows, but it definitely isn't. So yeah, that was good, and let's just get right on into the tutorial. I'm just going to brush my brow hairs up. That highlight though. I'm going to be brushing my brow hairs upward, and then kind of like in the direction that I want them, or kind of like how I want them to almost be shaped while I'm filling them in. And as you see, my brow hairs I don't really have many at all, and they're really, really light. So that's why I fill in my eyebrows. And I normally have to fill my eyebrows in no matter what I do because it looks like I have none at all. But yeah, so when I'm putting it in the pomade, I'm like putting it on both sides and the front and the bottom part of it. So I'm like completely saturating, even though it's not wet, but saturating the brush in the product. I'm going to start with a little bit doing the front, and you have to be really light-handed, especially since if you have so much product on your brush. Really light-handed, and just kind of, what I do is I outline my eyebrow and then I fill it in. So I bring it to the front as far as I want my eyebrow to go, which is about there. And then I finish the bottom line, my bottom defined line of my eyebrow. And then I make my tail how I want it to be. And then I go up and do the top line of my eyebrow. And then for my arch, this is where I want my arch to be. So I kind of just flick it almost like back and down. That way it makes a nice sharp arch. And then I bring it down to the tail too. And I bring that line down to the tail as well. And then I go through and finish the front line, because I don't want the top line, the top part of the inner part of my brow, to be as dark as the bottom. So this is what it looks like before I usually fill my eyebrow actually in. I define the outside and then I fill it in. So when I fill it in, I don't put any additional product in my brush because there is definitely a ton of product already on my brow. And I just go ahead and I fill it in using little stroking motions. The tail part of my brow, I definitely want to be the darkest part. And then I lightly do the flicking motions as I get closer to the front of my brow. And then I also blend up so that way this harsh line isn't as harsh anymore. I'm just going back and defining my tail. The trick to getting a sharp tail is to be very soft and gentle when you're filling in the tail, and really small stroking motions. And as you see, my eyebrow does look pretty bold, especially in the front part where I want it to be a little bit more faded. So if you want, you can go and grab a clean brush or wipe the excess product off on a paper towel or something. I'm just gonna grab a clean brush. I'm gonna be grabbing this Morphe one. And this is the Y23, by the way. And I'm just gonna blend out the front of my brow really gently, so that way it has a more faded look, because that's what I feel looks the best on me anyway. And see, it's a lot more faded and a little bit more natural looking, even though obviously these eyebrows aren't natural and you can tell they're not natural, but it looks a lot more less harsh. And I love brows because they can completely make or break your face. Not literally, but like my face just looks so much more put together and defined on this side rather than on this side. I just love brows. Okay. So that is that eye. I definitely think it came out very nice. And I have never ever gotten my eyebrows waxed ever. I always pluck them myself, and it's not very often that I do. So my eyebrows are very low maintenance. I just fill them in and then I'm good to go. And I don't think it takes me that long to do my eyebrows. So there's the finished look with the brow pomade. So now to do the brow pencil, and my favorite from the drugstore is the Brow Stylist Definer by L'Oreal. I believe, I actually don't even know how much this is. I want to say it's like 10 bucks, I think. But yeah. So I'll show you how I fill my eyebrows in with the pencil. This has a spoolie on the other end, so that's good. So I just brush my brows. And seriously, like whenever I get acne or anything, it's always in my eyebrow. Like for real. I mean, I guess it's better than having it in any other place of your body, but it's kind of annoying. It's just in my eyebrow. So like I said, I brush my brow the same way I would down the other side to how I want my brow to be shaped. And I literally do on this side, I literally do with a pencil the same I did with the pomade. I outline the outside of my brow and then I just fill it in with a brush. Just because I find that to be the easiest way and the most natural looking way. I know people blend it in with the spoolie, but I've never really blended my eyebrows in with the spoolie because I really don't know. I just find it to be easier to do it with a brush. So I'm going to start in the front, on the bottom, like I did on the other side, and just little stroking motions. And then on the top, I always start in the middle, do my tail how I want it, and my arch. And then move my way on to the inside of the top of my brow. Then I just go through and clean the outsides up and fix the shape. And that's usually what it looks like when I do it with a pencil, literally the same thing. Well, then I go through and I fill in the tail a little bit with a pencil. I sound like a dead zombie trying to explain all this. It just seems difficult for me to multitask. So that's all the product I use from the pencil on my brow. And then my favorite blending brush for my brow is this E.L.F. small angled brush. Like I said, it's so soft, and the brush handle is super long, and I don't know, I just don't know why. I just always go back to this brush when I'm using a pencil. Then I just go through and I blend it all in. I blend out the tail first. And then I go right to the front and I blend that out. And just like the other one, I blend this one out a lot softer so that way it looks more natural and faded. I do little stroking up motions so it's like hair-like. And that's usually what it comes out to look like. But as you can see, well, I'm noticing that my brows are a little bit uneven, so I'm just gonna go back through and fix that and blend this one down a little bit. And then up here, I'm gonna go blend this one up a little bit. Okay, so that's a lot better. As you see, I have the same outcome with both brows. I think they look super nice. And then when I set my brows, I always use this Brow Stylist Plumper by L'Oreal, and this one's in the shade Brunette. Same with the pencil that I was using. And they do have a clear version too, which I want to go pick up so that way I can use a clear brow gel on my eyebrows, so that, because whenever I use this, sometimes I kind of make a mess. But I got this because before I was using a lighter brow pencil and I wanted my eyebrows to be a little bit darker. So I would put this on there so it'd even them out a little bit. But I'm just setting them. I have to be very careful because I don't want to get any product on the outside of my eyebrows, especially since this is dark. And there you go. And this stuff feels like glue on my eyebrows. If I put this on and then, like, say, sleep on my makeup on, which I do a lot, and I probably shouldn't, bad for your skin, but I do. I wake up the next day and my eyebrows still feel like I have hairspray in them, almost. So obviously it's good. My favorite brow gel from the drugstore would be this one. So that is it for my brow tutorial. So I hope this tutorial helped you guys out, and yeah. I think I'm gonna do a whole series of videos after this one of like how to contour, how to apply false lashes, how to blend eyeshadow and stuff like that. So let me know what you guys think. And definitely give us this video a thumbs up if it helped you out. And yeah. And if you like my videos, please subscribe. The button is right down below. And yeah. And thank you for watching.